Hey, Al, let's talk about a new oil. Well, new to me and new to Young Living as of a year ago. So I guess it's not technically that new, but it's not a tried and true like lavender, which was the original. But it is a beloved oil in Australia, and it has only newly come to Young Living. And so we are discovering more and more the incredible benefits of this oil. So I'm going to tell you a couple of really cool little facts about this oil and one of the reasons that it was discovered. So down under, they noticed that when you had the barbed wire fencing running around all the cattle ranches and whatnot, they realized that wherever these bushes are everywhere, they grow everywhere, they have these little flowers on them, and they're just kind of insignificant, although they'll grow semi-large. But what they noticed is that wherever the barbed wire fence was running underneath these bushes, there was no rust. It was amazing. And so it was just kind of something that they noted. And then cowboys back in the day called it actually the tick bush because they would sleep under a Kunzea bush because it would keep all the critters off of them when they were sleeping on the ground at night. So it had these two really cool effects that people didn't pay a whole lot of attention to until later centuries. They started using them for all kinds of different medicinal purposes, which is why obviously Gary Young et al. Was so fascinated with this particular oil. Well, let's talk a little bit about why this barbed wire fence was not rusting. Well, you know as well as I do that rust is caused by oxidation, right? So you've got this breakdown happening when oxygen is hitting it and there's a chemical reaction occurring and it just starts eating away at the metal. That's oxidation. Well, did you know that inside our bodies the exact same process is actually happening, and they call these like electrons basically that are running around scavenging electrons from other molecules and other atoms in your body. They're called free radicals or scavengers. That is what they believe causes aging. So I do a whole entire other talk on what are free radicals. I'm not going to deep dive into the science behind it. Just understand that that rusting type of process happens inside our body as well. And we've seen the effects of that. We've seen the effects of age, and we've seen how things kind of break down over time. That is due to the free radicals. So Kunzea has amazing antioxidant properties. That is why the barbed wire wasn't rusting. So it's very high in antioxidants. So that makes it a really great oil to be using on a regular basis. And again, we know that it keeps unwanted critters at bay. So that's another huge bonus for it. Basically, they're steaming the branches and the leaves, though, not actually the flowers. So it's kind of cool to know which part of the plant is being distilled. It has a clean, spicy, woodsy aroma. It's very uplifting. It's very energizing. It's very purifying to the air. So it has a lot of the same properties as tea tree oil, especially when it comes to the skin and keeping a healthy microbial balance on the skin, if you will. We have teenage skin in our house, and the tea tree oil was doing well. The Kunzea was knocking it out of the park. Kunzea is really amazing for applying, topically on location. Right there. That's where I'd put it. That's where I have been putting it. Kunzea is fabulous for that, but it's also a really great air freshener. So if you're out of your purification or you just want to try something different, try a little Kunzea in your diffuser. You will be pleasantly surprised. But wait, there's more. Kunzea also has incredible effects when you want to rub it on your muscles after, let's say, a long workout. Add it to a little carrier oil and get it into those shoulders, those legs, whatever part of your body that's screaming at you because you worked a little too hard. It has a lot of the same properties, and this is one of the reasons that they love it so much, and we're so excited about bringing it into the Young Living arsenal, which there's many oils, because it has so many constituents and properties that it shares with eucalyptus, with tea tree, with peppermint, with sacred frankincense, with oregano, pine, hyssop. Okay, it has aplha-pinene, eucalyptus, has all these incredible constituents in it. You guys can go and look up. So it's kind of like almost like lavender and the Swiss Army knife of oils. It almost falls into that category. You can pretty much use it for everything. So Kunzea is a really wonderful option for all of these different things. And like I said, they are constantly discovering new uses. So that's one of the things that's really cool about having a new oil in the arsenal, is that people will experiment, they will try things out, they will discover new uses for it. They'll put it to use in the aromatherapy, in the psychology circles. They'll put it to use medicinally, and we are going to discover more and more and more. What we already know about it is incredibly powerful, and what we're going to discover is going to be even better, so I'm really excited about that. This was free on Essential Rewards in March 2019. It's not a very expensive little oil bottle. Go out there and get yourself one. When my kids smelled this at convention, they could not get their nose out of the bottle. It's just so different. It's clean, it's woodsy, it's citrusy. It's just a really, really cool little oil that I'm super excited to have gotten in March. And in fact, I had just purchased one in February. So now I have two, and I love them both. One for my kids, one in their bathroom, one in mine. All right, I hope you learned something.